This video is for our Module 10, Are You Ready? So we are going to be working on patterns and coordinate planes for our next couple modules. So we just want to see what we remember about using these coordinate planes before we get going. So it has this graph here. Here's X, here is Y. So you can see X is 0, Y is 0. Now X is 2, Y is 6. So we've got this pattern. So we want to see what patterns we notice. So here it tells us that Y is blank, blank, X. So Y, to get from 0 to 0, I can times by anything and end up with 0 since I'm multiplying by 0. To get from 2 to 6, what would you do? We're multiplying by 3. So that's one pattern, as I see here. To get 2 times 3 is 6. Let's see if that keeps working. 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. Here I can see they're counting by 2, 4, 6. Here they're counting by 6, 12, 8. So counting by 6s, counting by 2s. So every time to get from X to Y, we're multiplying by 3. So Y is 3 times bigger than X. So 3 times X gives us Y. We could also say that X is a third of Y. So now we want to finish this table. So remember here, we're counting by 2s. Here we are counting by 6s. So see if you can finish that table. So if I'm finishing here, so I have 8, 10, 12. So here, 6, 12, 18, 24. It should be 3 times bigger. 8 times 3 is 24. 10 times 3 is 30, which is 6 more here. And 12 times 3 is 36, counting by 6s. Hey, let's try another one here. So look and see if you notice any patterns. So going down the X's, 2, 4, 6. So again, counting by 2s. Going down the Y's, we have 7, 14, 21. So we can see those patterns. Let's look at our patterns going across. Is there a nice way to get from 2 to 7? There's not really. So we can't multiply these and just come up with a nice answer like we could on the previous question. So Y is increasing. So it's growing, right? Y is bigger than X. So how much did it grow by? So Y grew by 7 every time that X grew by 2. So Y grew by 7 for every 2 that was added on to X. So this was growing by 2s, this was growing by 7. So every time we got 2 here, we got 7 here. 2 more here, 7 more here. So see if you can finish that table. So counting by 2, so next we would have 8, 10, and 12. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and 42. So now we're going to think of these as ordered pairs. So every time we went over 2, we're going up 7. So we are going to graph these. I always like to think of this like an elevator. Our first number is always X, so X goes across and Y goes up and down. I like to remember this. Y goes straight down there. So we always have to go over. So like this is my hotel room here. And I want to, or you're at the lobby, and I want to go over to the elevator, right? You walk on that same floor to the elevator, then the elevator can take you up or down. So for right now, we're only focusing on this one quadrant. We're going to practice with the negatives in the next few days. So we're going to go over 5. So you always go over and then up 4, and make sure you label that is A. So B, remember we always go over 3. Now we're going up 10. So over 3, up 10 is B. And C is going to go over 7, up 1. Over 7, up 1. There I have C. So every time X goes over, Y goes up, and you have to go in that order. If I went backwards on this first one and I went over 4 and up 5, I would be in a different location. So these are helping us know where things are. So if you tell somebody over 4 up 5, that is different than 4 5 4. So these are called ordered pairs, always over, then up. So let's look at some that have already been graphed for us and see if we can identify their location. So here's A. So we need to go over 7, up 3. So we put them in parentheses, 7, comma, 3. Close our parentheses. So putting them in the parentheses tells us that it's an ordered pair and it belongs on this graph. So B, we're going to go over to 8 and up to 10. So 8, 10. So see if you can figure out where is C. So over, we don't have to go over anything to find C. So it's just on 0. So it's on the y-axis 0, and then we go up to 8. So it starts on 0. So that means we don't go over, but we go up 8. Then our last one here, see if you can locate D. So we want to go over 4, up 6. Over 4, up 6. Okay, so go ahead and complete the Are You Ready for Module 10. If you have any questions, please let me know.